Live from Citizen TV, this is Friday Night with Lillian Mooney.
Good evening. Many thanks for joining us. It's always such a pleasure to have you with us right here on Friday night. Let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight.
Women choose to have abortions. Sometimes it's because they are unprepared to become a parent, but in many other reasons they're already parents, and it's because the cost of raising children is very expensive.
Married women on the lead. Over 700,000 abortions procured in a year, with 80% reported among married women and those living with partners.
Be patient. If you feel you don't want to go, just come and say, give me back the money I paid. I don't want to go anymore.
We have not conned you. Labour CS Dr. Alfred Mutua denies allegations of elusive overseas jobs promised by government and affiliated agencies.
We are a country that is built on resilience. Hizi shida zote tuko nazo hapa, tushikane sisi wote. Siku hiyo ikifika tutavuka hiyo daraja na tutaenda mbele. Mungu atatusaidia tufix hiyo maneno.
I will run for president. Matiangi stages big show in Kisii and Nyamira counties, announces 2027 bid.
What does national government have to do in the counties? In counties, we have counties which have got executive powers to implement. Let the national government let go of resources to the counties.
NG-CDF should not be run by MPs. Raila Odinga voices opposition to CDF as 5 organizations move to court to stop public participation on the same. Good evening. Our sign language interpreter is Belinda Phillips. Approximately 80% of more than 792,000 women who aborted between April 2023 and May 2024 were married or living with a partner. A report released by Ministry of Health has revealed that the cost of raising children and also the feeling of not wanting to have more children are among some of the factors contributing to abortions. The study indicates a rise in induced abortions from 464,000 in the year 2012 to over 792,000 in the year 2023. Nairobi and central Kenya top the areas with the highest cases of abortions. Gatete Njoroge reports.
The report released by Ministry of Health after a study conducted in partnership with the African Population and Health Research Center and Gatamak Institute has revealed disturbing figures of induced abortions in the country.
6% of women sought care.
Between April 2023 and May 2024, the study shows more than 792,000 cases of induced abortions occurred in the country, representing 57.3 abortions per 1,000 women between 15 to 49 years. Shockingly, approximately 80% of those who procured the services were married or women living together with a partner. 65% had previously given birth, with 32% having given birth to at least 2 or 3 children.
Women choose to have abortions. Sometimes it's because they are unprepared to become a parent, but in many other reasons they're already parents, and it's because the cost of raising children is very expensive, or they've already had the amount of children that they wanted to have for their desired family size.
The study also revealed that half of all unintended pregnancies end in an induced abortion. 66% of women who procured abortion were not using any contraception at the time. This was due to fear of side effects and health concerns. With women having an option of different methods to end their pregnancy, 89% reported using one method, while 14% used between 2 and 4 methods.
One of the greatest drivers of abortion is unintended pregnancy. And unintended pregnancy is one of the driving causes of unintended pregnancy is sometimes they're not using modern and effective contraceptives. So we see that as our greatest entry point in terms of ensuring that there's great awareness at the community level and at all levels, basically, to ensure that women are able to access modern and effective family planning methods to prevent the occurrence of unintended pregnancy.
The study also shows that 7.8% of women are using harmful methods to abort, including inserting something sharp in their private parts or drinking a caustic substance. Another concern is the fact that only 18% of primary level health facilities and 24% of referral level facilities can offer post-abortion care. Nairobi and Central Kenya regions topped the list of regions where there were highest rates of induced abortion, with Coast and Northeastern having the least cases.
And this is the official.
Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Dr. Sheikh.
The government has denied that the overseas job program is a scam. Labour Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua says job seekers who secured job offers abroad have been leaving the country to take up the jobs. He, at the same time, asked those yet to take up the offers to be patient. The CS spoke after a week of damning testimonies in the Senate, where applicants testified that they had received job offers but had not gotten the actual jobs despite payments to government-approved agencies to facilitate overseas employment.
It's been nearly 7 months now since the government began facilitating foreign job opportunities for Kenyans. But that program that was meant to partly help address unemployment for thousands of Kenyans has turned into a nightmare for some job seekers who claim to have lost money to government-approved employment agencies. The Ministry of Labour is trying to distance itself from these companies.
So these people have been conned, are not part of, we are not part of the government program. Those are people who are being taken advantage of by people who are conning the people of Kenya, young people, because of their desperation. So it's very important.
But some of the applicants who went through the government-approved agencies have raised issues about the time it takes to get the jobs despite having paid the requisite fees for processing. Mutua says such applicants must practice patience.
So you wait for the job. You can be offered a job at your media house today, and you're told, wait, you've been offered a job. That doesn't mean that if the job does not come tomorrow or a week later or 2 months later, maisha yako imesambaratika. I mean, let's be realistic. So you are offered a job, be patient. If you feel you don't want to go, just come and say, give me back the money I paid. I don't want to go anymore. I'll use that money for something else. If somebody does not give you back your money, come to me. We'll make sure they give you back your money or they get to jail. That's my role, so that nobody feels that. Lakini story ati maisha yangu imeharibika, I was offered a job. Hapana, you're offered a job, but you've not traveled yet. You know? So don't, that excuse, I don't buy it.
The CS also says that those who went through the government-approved agents have been traveling out of the country in batches and will continue to do so. He, however, cautioned against using non-qualified agents for foreign job placements, as he promised a crackdown on such outfits, a process that the ministry says it has already begun. A total of 60 job seekers will depart the country for Iraq, Qatar, Serbia, Germany and Russia on Saturday.
We have reduced them from the 1,200 to about 500 of them. We have an active team that revets them continuously. Even before a license is renewed, they have to go through the vetting process again.
The ministry says so far more than 1,000 job seekers have already left the country under the overseas job programs out of a possible 3,000 that were pre-qualified in the October 2024 recruitment drive. Mutua is set to appear before the Senate next week to provide answers on the fate of job seekers who have accused his ministry of overseeing the recruitment program that has left some of the job seekers in debt and without the promised jobs. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.
5 police officers were killed and 8 others injured in an attack by suspected Al-Shabaab militants in Lamu County on Friday morning. The officers from the Elite Special Operations Group were ambushed by the gunmen in Rake, Boni Bode Forest on the border of Lamu and Garissa counties. The 8 injured officers have been airlifted to Nairobi for medical treatment, with the bodies of the slain officers also flown to Nairobi. According to Lamu County Commissioner Wesley Koech, the officers were part of a contingent contingent deployed to counter a group of about 70 militants that had been spotted accessing Bodai Lamu via Garissa. Koech said the terrorists were planning to enter Lamu to carry out attacks. Security officers drawn from various specialist units have been deployed to pursue the militants. Koech also urged citizens to cooperate with security agencies and report any suspicious persons so that immediate action can be taken. One person was killed with 2 others sustaining injuries on Friday following a raid by suspected bandits at Chemoy village in Baringo County. The attack came even as Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen held a security meeting in a neighboring village, raising concerns about escalating insecurity in the area. And as Laura Otieno reports, the CS castigated the political class for fueling unrest in the region, revealing that 25 National Police reservists have been arrested over the last 1 year on allegations of engaging in banditry.
Barely 4 days after a scathing attack that left 1 person dead and 3 others nursing injuries, suspected bandits have once again raided Baringo County, leaving 2 people dead and scores others nursing injuries. The Friday afternoon attack has left tens of families displaced and an unknown number of cattle driven away by suspected bandits.
Tunataka tu tuambie serikali ya kwamba aone jinsi ya kutatua hii maneno ya banditry katika North Rift. Isiwe tu kwamba kuna jamii nyingine karibu inakemewa ama wanalaumiwa wanafanya nini. Hiyo maneno ndio itasidisha zaidi. Tunataka amani, na amani si kufanya hivyo.
Leo hii watu wawili waliuliwa. Moja wao ni ndugu ya huyo pastor Kandie, Reverend Kandie huyu. Na huyu ni relative yangu. Ndio unasikia nimestuka sana. Ya pili, kuna vijana saa hii wanaletwa kwa kari ya county ambayo wameumia kichwa, wengine moja ameumia mkono hapa.
The attack came as Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen held a security meeting at Kampia Moto village, which is some distance from the scene of attack, but still close enough to question the timing of the bandits' attack. Murkomen revealing that 25 National Police reservists have been arrested over the last 1 year after they were found to be engaging in banditry. The CS announcing a fresh round of vetting for all police reservists to weed out rogue elements.
We don't want to train a militia. Ati serikali imetrain mtu, tumepatia bunduki, anakuja kutoka hapa anaenda kufanya kazi ya ukora. We will not allow, and I'm telling you that the day they go to criminal acts, they will be the most sought criminals ambao tutamalizana na hao kwanza kabla hata tutafute wale walikuwa msituni before.
The bodies have been moved to the Baringo County Hospital morgue awaiting a post-mortem examination. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV.
Former Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiangi has broken his silence, declaring his intention to face off with President William Ruto in the 2027 general elections. What began as a low-profile visit turned into a political spectacle as a crowd flooded the streets of Kisii, forcing authorities to divert the rally to the historic Kisii Stadium. Crispin Otieno followed events in Kisii 2 weeks after quietly returning to the country. Let's take a look at what was happening there.
Dr. Matiangi's motorcade snaked through Kijauri, Keroka and Keumbu before arriving in Kisii town, where jubilant residents lined the streets, chanting and waving as they welcomed him. Leaders struggled to address the swelling crowd at Kisii's capital roundabout, prompting a last-minute relocation of the rally. Once at Gusii Stadium, Matiangi finally addressed the rally.
Tukae na imani, we are a country that is built on resilience. Hizi shida zote tuko nazo hapa, tushikane sisi wote. Siku hiyo ikifika tutavuka hiyo daraja na tutaenda mbele. Mungu atatusaidia tu fix hiyo maneno ili jetu iwe sawa sawa.
He announced plans to travel across the country from Nyanza to Rift Valley, Western to Nairobi and Central to build alliances and unite like-minded leaders.
Mimi nawashukuru sana. Tushikane sisi wote pamoja, tuende safari hii, tushike kadi ya kura, tupige kura, tukae na amani na upendo. Kama msiiti this time round, tutatafuta hii kitu na mkono wa kushoto ili tuende polepole tufike hapo.
Na sisi hatutatusi mtu yoyote. Tukielekea mbele, tunataka kila kabila wapate kukaa chini, tupate kupata kiongozi wetu kura hapa.
Tangu nisaliwe sijaona hii stadium imejaa kama leo. Nawapigia asante.
We love everybody in our republic. We want a good country. We want a country that is fair.
Kwa sauti moja kama Omagusi, wanaume waonane kwa da.
Tunakuambia wamama, tunatafuta nyumba ambaye tutaishi kwa amani. Ama sio?
He later visited Nyamira town, then Ekerenyo, Ikonge, and finally Chepilat, marking the end of a high-energy political homecoming. Just days ago, Matiangi was seen attending a closed-door meeting with key opposition figures, signaling early preparations to mount a serious national campaign. Crispin Otieno, Citizen TV, Kisii.
Away from Kisii, ODM leader Raila Odinga has slammed members of the National Assembly for their planned public participation on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2025, which seeks to entrench the NG-CDF into law. The new twist comes even as 5 organizations led by Katiba Institute moved to court to stop the public participation exercise slated for next week. Emmanuel Tor reports.
ODM leader Raila Odinga has criticized the plan by the MPs to roll out public participation on the contentious bill meant to entrench the NG-CDF, Senate Oversight Fund, and the National Government Affirmative Action Fund into law. Speaking during a burial service of Dr. Francis Ngaru, the husband of Mumbi Ngaru in Thika, Kiambu County, Odinga accused legislators of orchestrating the illegal takeover of county functions.
Today there's a Gazette notice. They are saying that they want to amend the Constitution in order to legalize this CDF national government. What does national government have to do in the counties? In counties, we have counties which have got executive powers to implement.
The former premier calling on the national government to let counties perform their functions, such as roads and housing.
Why should you be building markets for counties? Let counties build a market themselves. How about affordable housing? Let counties build affordable housing.
These as 5 organizations, including Katiba Institute, moved to court seeking to have the control of budget stopped from approving any funds related to public participation on the proposed constitutional amendments set for Monday. In their petition filed at the Milimani Law Courts, the petitioners say there is a real risk that scarce public resources are being channeled towards an otherwise legitimate constitutional process that, on scrutiny, is not only constitutionally superfluous, but also runs afoul of established constitutional principles. The petitioners are also seeking conservatory orders to stop the president from assenting to the amendment bill. The National Assembly has published a program for countrywide public participation on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2025. MPs have refused to budge.
And therefore the debate in the country should not be about whether CDF should exist or not. It should be whether we are going to add more resources into NG-CDF.
Munataka CDF ibaki ama ikwende? CDF ibaki ama ikwende? Wangapi wanasema CDF ibaki, wangapi wanasema CDF ibaki?
I think the issue should not be removing it. I think the issue should be adding.
Emmanuel Tor, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Entertainment.
Government pathologist Johansen Odwor led detectives and forensic experts in documenting the vehicle which the late Kasipul MP Charles Ongondo drove in when he was shot dead by unknown assailants. The autopsy of the slain legislator is scheduled to be conducted on Monday, the 5th of May, at the Lee Funeral Home. And as Seth Olale reports, the funeral committee has settled on Friday, May the 9th, as the burial date for the late MP.
Detectives from the DCI Special Operations Unit are in hot pursuit of a suspect linked to the shooting of Kasipul MP Charles Ongondo Were. The suspect has reportedly been singled out through CCTV footage retrieved from a mobile cash transfer outlet along Wabera Street. Video clips retrieved outside Parliament buildings and additional footage from various installations surrounding the scene of crime at the city mortuary roundabout. As investigations continue, detectives, forensic experts and government pathologist Johansen Odwor documented the vehicle which the late Kasipul MP Ongondo Were was in when he was shot dead. The autopsy of the slain legislator is scheduled for Monday, May 5th at the Lee Funeral Home, even as pressure mounts on security agencies to fast-track investigations and prosecute the killers.
Yeah, our people would be very pleased if by the time of burial there is, clarity on the circumstances leading to the death of Were.
We need to improve more when it comes to security, because just as many Kenyans have expressed themselves, it's just that this one of my colleague raised a lot of eyebrows, but this is what happens mostly in to many Kenyans.
The president is very annoyed and he said he has given stern instructions that the culprits must be brought to book.
At the late MP's current home in Nairobi, leaders paid tribute to the fallen legislator. The funeral committee, being coordinated by Parliament, Homa Bay County leaders and Were's family, officially settled for Friday, 9th May 2025 as the burial date.
We will airlift the body of Were to Kabunde airstrip in Homa Bay, where it will be received by all Homa Bay people. We are still doing the route paths.
Similar arrangements are ongoing in Kasipul constituency, Homa Bay County, where mourners continue to pay tribute towards their fallen leader. Seth Olale, Citizen TV, Karen, Nairobi County.
All right, that report by Seth brings us to our very first break right here on Friday night. We are back with more. Stay with us. From manicures, facials and massages, a special treat for elderly persons living at Mjiwa Huruma Home in Runda.
Kote nchini mbele tuendelee.
Kenya, Twende Mbele, NCBA, go for it.
Craving an extraordinary escape? Vue Travel invites you to breathtaking Cape Town. Starting from $1,300 per person sharing, enjoy 4 nights with breakfast plus Cape Town City Tour, cable car ride up Table Mountain, full-day Peninsula Tour, scenic Chapman's Peak Drive, Cape of Good Hope, photo stops at Bokap and Muizenberg, Constantia Wineland Estate Tour. Vue Travel, your gateway to Cape Town's wonders. Visit vuetravel.com or call and WhatsApp 0703-254-254. Vue Travel. Dream. Explore. Discover.
As a parent, our biggest aspiration is to see our children succeed. But with this dream lies a weight of responsibility. At DTB, we understand the challenges you face and are here to help you ease the burden of educational costs. By requiring no collateral and offering flexible repayment options, our school fees loan provides up to 1 million shillings to give your child the chance to pursue their dreams. Bank on us for their future and apply for a school fees loan today. SMS fees to 23359 or visit any of our DTB branches today for more information. DTB, bank with us, bank on us.
Oops, say cheese.
No. Say Zeiss.
Ever wonder what it feels like to have a squad taking care of your every need? This is me, Clint. From the moment I wake up, I've got someone taking care of all my financial needs. Personal or business. That's right, a whole squad. Introducing the Loop Squad. Where I go, they go. It's not an app. It's a lifestyle. Get your own Loop Squad today and simplify your life. Why wait? Loop it.
We were in need of classes at a very fast rate. Traditional building method takes a lot of time. With SBS, we were able to build very good classrooms at a short amount of time. Juja is a very hot area. They explained to us about the cooling solution they have, and true to their word, the classes are very cool. Partnering with SBS enabled us to have excellent classrooms. We had confidence in them and they delivered.
SAFBuild, a quality product from Safal Building Systems, a subsidiary of MRM.
Get business credit card from Cooperative Bank and pay for business stock and supplies on credit instead of using your own money. You can make payments in Kenya, abroad, and online.
This Sunday at International Christian Center, Nairobi.
Many times it is easy to say yes to the Lord at the moment of his conviction. But then when you go back to analyze what it would take for you to fulfill the vision of God, it's like you feel like, God, I'm not ready. But what I want to submit to us that in such moments, prayer comes in handy.
From 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Citizen TV Gospel Sunday.
Mwanamke atampenda mwanamume, yule mwanamume ambaye anajua nyumba inalipwa, chakula kinaliwa.
This is a family matter, just like with Gabrielle.
You've planned this revenge for years now.
Usisumbuliwe tena na viwavi jeshi au fall armyworm. Kenagro tunakuletea dawa ya Emaron inayomaliza fall armyworm kwa mahindi kwa kikamilifu. Emaron, mwosho mmoja wa fall armyworm kutoka Kenagro.
From the makers of Kenya's biggest fitness show, Slim Possible, comes the ultimate fitness experience, Royal Fitness. One day, one mission, a stronger, fitter you. Come sweat it out with us. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey or looking for the ultimate challenge, this event is for you. Join us for the action-packed day, featuring Zumba, Taibo, HIIT, high-energy group challenges, and so much more. Feel the burn, test your endurance, own your strength. It's all happening on the 3rd of May at Sadili Oval, Langata. Royal Fitness, reign over your health. Tickets only 1,000 Kenya shillings on View Tickets. Just dial star 487 star 26 hash. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to unite and avoid falling into the trap of tribalism, reaffirming his commitment to combating ethnic divisions in the country. Speaking at State House, Nairobi today when he met with leaders from the Maa community, President Ruto appealed to the leaders to focus on unity ahead of the 2027 general election and consolidate their community. The meeting was attended by Governors Joseph Olelenku of Kajiado, Patrick Olentutu of Narok, and Jonathan Lelelit of Samburu, alongside 25 members of parliament.
Tumekubaliana ya kwamba hatutaki siasa ya ukabila, chuki na migawanyiko. Jameni, mkubali kama Wakenya tuungane, pia na nyinyi mshirikiane. Tusiwe na migawanyiko. Viongozi hata kama ni kuomba kura, tuombe kwa taratibu.
Tunataka kuangalia mbele. Tunaganga yajayo. Tunaangalia mbele, tukisonga na wewe.
Sisi tuko kwa ground, we are going to support you 100%. Hii kazi ya kubaki nyuma tumesema hatutaki. Na kwa sababu nimeomba kabisa kwa heshima, I came here purposely to assure you.
Dr. Bernard William Chitunga, aged 36 and a highly accomplished professional with extensive experience in development, finance and multilateralism, shocked many when he was named the second Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya, a role traditionally held by older established figures. During his installation ceremony presided over by President William Ruto, the head of state said Chitunga's appointment signaled the country's confidence in young leaders to take up top positions. Willie Lusige reports.
Little was known about Bernard William Chitunga until President William Ruto officially installed him as a Chancellor of Cooperative University of Kenya a few days ago. At 36, he is considerably younger than the more common profile of appointees to the post of University Chancellor who are more advanced in age.
Born 36 years ago in a little quiet village called Chegulo, Malava Sub-County, Kakamega County.
After graduating from Masinde Muliro University, Chitunga secured a job at Cooperative University. He later left in search of greener pastures, building a career in partnerships, development finance and multilateralism.
I was among the junior staff at this institution for 2.5 years, and then I became a banker, Chase Bank, Barclays Bank.
His name resurfaced recently when the university began searching for a replacement for the late Honorable Joseph Nyaga. He was one among 20 candidates submitted to the Public Service Board for vetting.
Senate of the university proposes names, around 20 names. And I'm told one member of the Senate, as they were proposing names, proposed my name.
As fate will have it, Chitunga sailed through the selection process and was formally appointed by President Ruto through a Gazette notice.
When now they invited me physically and I spoke about who I am, what I'm doing, Public Service Commission was convinced to recommend me to the minister.
Chitunga holds 2 doctorate degrees from South Africa and Italy, an MBA from Switzerland and a master's from Italy.
Then I moved into development finance at the Africa Development Bank, and now I'm at the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank in Beijing. I have a PhD in management. I have 2 masters. Yes.
A staunch SDN Arsenal supporter, Dr. Chitunga says his biggest challenge is his youth as he manages a decade-old university alongside an older management team.
I love Arsenal. I watch Arsenal, man. We are going to beat PSG next week. We must be clear in our minds what we want to become and then become bold.
When the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta laid the foundation stone of Cooperative University on 18th of June 1970, few will have imagined that decades later, a young man will be the chancellor of the institution, proving that leadership has no age limit and also reminding the country that being a youth is not a barrier, but a bridge to the future. Willie Lusige, Citizen TV, Karen.
Very impressive. And AAR Insurance and Vue Travel have partnered to reward top-performing agents with a fully curated trip to Malaysia and southern Singapore. The trip scheduled for the 6th to 11th of It's part of AAR's growing loyalty program designed to recognize agents who have excelled in driving customer growth and business performance. Vue Travel, Kenya's first hybrid travel booking platform, will oversee all travel logistics, while AAR Insurance will provide comprehensive travel insurance to ensure agents are fully covered throughout the journey. The Malaysia-Singapore experience is the first in a series of incentive trips AAR has lined up for 2025, with more local and international trips planned for later the year. The company hopes that through such experiences, it will reinforce strong performance and deepen long-term collaboration with key partners. Vue Travel recently named Kenya's best outbound tour operator at the 2024 Kenya Tourism Awards, is known for delivering tailored corporate and leisure travel solutions. Their expertise in managing seamless end-to-end journeys makes them a fitting partner for AAR Insurance as it rolls out its loyalty program throughout the year.
I'm really excited to be part of the team traveling, considering that this will be my first time traveling to that side of the world. I see this as a big motivation.
I think we've grown 6 times in terms of our profitability, and the partners that are with us today are the key supporters that have made that happen.
This is a big step towards what we do as a travel company. Not only do we focus on leisure, we also do work with corporates, and AR is one of our main corporates that we work with. And this partnership is just elevating our offering out there.
Now, elderly persons often face loneliness and neglect. A recent visit by well-wishers at Mji wa Huruma in Nairobi, an elderly person's home, offered a rare moment of joy and connection, shedding light on the often overlooked struggles of Kenya's aging population. Sukun, organization which led the visit, said their goal was not just to give, but to listen and remind the elderly that they matter. At the edge of Nairobi's Runda suburb sits Mji wa Huruma, a government-run home for the elderly. It is here we meet Francis Njoroge Mwaura. He once worked as a government employee. His life changed after a bitter land dispute with his wife.
Shamba liliuzwa na mama, na wakati aliuza shamba, sasa hapo ndio difusi yangu ilitokea. With a bad luck, wakati alinunua shamba, hakumaliza mwaka 2 na akafa. Unajua ningekuwa na uwezo wa kwenda kubadilisha ile shamba. Lakini sasa kwa vile mali yote ni ya watoto, kuna jamaa ameaga.
The fight over land drove a wedge between him and his family, leaving him with nowhere to turn. It was then that he found his way to Mji wa Huruma. His story is similar to that of dozens of elderly Kenyans who, like him, were once caretakers, providers and respected members of their communities, now living out their twilight years in quiet solitude.
This place is much better than home, because at home you have differences with your family members, but here when you differ you report and management intervenes.
Many of the residents at Mji wa Huruma suffer from age-related illnesses such as dementia, as well as emotional scars from abandonment, neglect and broken family ties. A visit from Sukun, an organization dedicated to providing comprehensive social protection, support and advocacy services for older persons across Kenya, Nairobi County Social Protection, medics, beauticians and other well-wishers, was a well-deserved moment of care and attention for the residents, offering not only physical support but also emotional comfort and a sense of belonging. They danced, had their hair done, got manicures and even massages.
We want to make sure that every old person in this country of ours and beyond is able to live their life with hope and with peace. Every single older person in our country to be happy. And happiness means many things to different people. So it encompasses having food, having shelter over your head, having someone to talk to, feeling useful, not feeling lonely.
The visit aimed at marshalling adequate resources to support the provision of better care and services for the elderly persons hosted at the home.
We're doing a basic wellness check, checking the vitals, blood pressure, heart rate, temperature,
And then we also have our team of physiotherapists and occupational therapists here who are assessing the patients, the old lady, the people in the home, just to make sure, assessing their mobility.
We at the county government in this home, we do not accommodate people who have been brought by their family members. We only accommodate persons who have been left neglected. What was happening? There was no good plans or good arrangement when one of the old persons have passed on. I took over and told my team, we shall always, and it shall always be, that we shall give one of us a well-off send-off by having a burial that is well programmed.
Tunahitaji center kama hizi kila kona. Kwa ajili nini? Kama leo nimekuja na mkongwe, nilipewa na police officer Riruta OCS. Mkongwe amekuwa akiishi katika mitaa barabarani peke yake, na si kwamba hakuwa na familia, amekuwa abandoned.
As we left Mji wa Huruma, the visit served as a powerful reminder of the urgent need to prioritize and care for our elderly, ensuring they are treated with the dignity and compassion they deserve. We'll be talking business right after this break. Let's take a look at what's coming up. Kenya Bankers Association rejects CBK's loans pricing model, terming it an attempt at introducing interest rate capping.
Si niliwaambia. Halo, niletee kama kawaida.
Kama sio kabagara, wacha kiumane.
Hii chapati ni tamu sana.
Omera, sere bila kavagara, sio sere.
Dukani usitishe unga, itisha kavagara.
When I have back pain, I reach for 2 tablets of Panadol Extra for fast relief of strong pain like headache, toothache, muscle pain, and I am finally released from pain. Try Panadol for fast and effective relief from strong pain. Now available at an affordable price.
Welcome to Boma Mabati Factory, the 2024 award winner in roofing solutions. All our products come with warranty and are KEB certified. Be part of our many satisfied customers by visiting us to enjoy great discounts. Boma Mabati Factory, Mabati Poa, near Boma.
KCSE graduates, launch your future, achieve your dreams. Train at Jordan College of Technology, which is a brand trusted by employers locally and internationally. We train highly marketable courses in engineering, journalism, ICT, catering, tourism, hair and beauty, medical, fashion and interior design, business, short courses and driving. We take pride in providing quality education, state-of-the-art facilities, comprehensive programs, top-notch faculty, career support and vibrant campus life. Apply now for our ongoing May Grand Intake and train with the best. Visit us at our new ultra-modern campus, Jordan Towers, Thika Town. Jordan College of Technology, the leading TVET and medical institution in Kenya.
Discover the new Venus Advanced Care Body Lotion, a revolutionary blend of serums and natural ingredients designed to transform your skin into a masterpiece of firmness, radiance, and youthfulness. Infused with hyaluronic acid serum, nature's ultimate moisturizer, Venus unveils confidence that captivates with 5 times more hydration. Venus, inspired by nature, perfected by science.
Chinos from 5,600 shillings. Only core span yarn with stretch. Pre-washed, color fast, and shrink proof so they last longer. The only chinos to choose.
Ready to step into a world of opportunities? Welcome to Machakos Institute of Technology, a global leader in TVET, offering skill-based courses designed to keep you ahead in today's job market. Our affordable and flexible learning options make MIT your gateway to vast career opportunities. Our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art labs, hostels, qualified trainers, Wi-Fi, and investment in extracurricular activities. Our May 2025 intake is ongoing. Enroll today. Call 0722-973-271 or apply online through our website www.mit.ac.ke. Master the training, experience the rewards.
Joy Millers, watengenezaji wa unga nambari 1 Raha Premium Kavagara. Tunakualika katika upanuzi wa kiwanda na mashine mpya ya kisasa ya ngano mnamo tarehe 6 Mei mjini Kutus. Mgeni wa heshima wa hafla hii akiwa mheshimiwa gavana wa Kirinyaga County Anne Waiguru, akisindikizwa na waziri wa viwanda mheshimiwa Lee Kinyanjui na wageni mashuhuri. Joy Millers, usiseme unga, sema raha.
How is school? How is everything?
Yo, Schoolflix lovers! Just when you think you've seen everything Schoolflix has to offer,
I have a dream. A very beautiful dream.
Prepare to be blown away this holiday season.
What?
Exclusive brand new Schoolflix movies are here. Log on to viewsasa.com now and discover the new Schoolflix movies.
Mwanamke atampenda mwanamume yule mwanamume ambaye anajua nyumba inalipwa, chakula kinaliwa.
This is a family matter, just like with Gabrielle.
You've planned this revenge for years now.
Usisumbuliwe tena na viwavi jeshi au fall armyworm. Kenagro tunakuletea dawa ya Emaron inayomaliza fall armyworm kwa mahindi kwa kikamilifu. Emaron, mwosho mmoja wa fall armyworm kutoka Kenagro.
Let's talk business. And the Kenya Bankers Association, the umbrella body for all commercial banks, is warning of lower credit extension to the private sector should the Central Bank of Kenya insist on its proposed risk-based credit pricing model, which they say risks stifling access to credit for vulnerable enterprises. The bankers have further described the proposal from the regulator as a reintroduction of regulatory control over lending rates.
The banking sector is up in arms in opposition to a risk-based pricing model proposed by the central bank. According to the lenders, the CBK proposal, which has the central bank rate as the base lending rate, also proposes to introduce a risk premium K, comprising the bank's operating cost of lending, a return to shareholders, and the borrower's risk premium, which shall be reviewed by the CBK. An issue that the lenders body now says is equivalent to an indirect interest rate cap. This, they say, will result in a reduction in lending to Kenyans and businesses, especially SMEs, as experienced between 2016 and 2019, when the interest rate capping law was in place.
Banks go to CBK for approval of both the base and the K. And the oral conversation was, don't go past this. That's also the challenge that is there within the market here. So there's a control which is verbal, and being a regulator as an individual bank, you can't do anything. That's the direction we are taking, where we are saying this K come as an individual bank. Oral instructions will be given, this K ought to be at this level. Don't go past this level here. So for us, by all intents and purposes, the way the proposal has been made, that's interest rate capping, which will not be known to the public. Unfortunately, that capping will be worse than what we were in 2016-2019.
Bankers Association also argues that a flexible and transparent model where premiums reflect differentiated borrowers' risk and prevailing market condition is consistent with Kenya's liberalized interest rate regime, adding that disregarding the interbank market weakens monetary policy effectiveness and misaligns market outcomes. Bankers argue that a formula alone can't lower the cost of credit and that more attention should be paid to the fundamentals.
Each and every bank, they tried to be able to come up with a format that will work, but even presently, the formats that were approved by central bank are not being applied by banks, because if banks apply the current risk-based pricing framework, the interest rate is going up, even when the CBR is coming down. So that's the trouble that we are in currently. That's why we're saying this risk-based framework is not working.
And as the push and pull between banks and their regulator continues, it is the consumers who will have to bear the cost of high credit or the cost of not being able to access credit, even as they wait for a lasting solution to be found. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
The government has announced the integration of systems between the Kenya Pipeline Company and the Kenya Revenue Authority. This, it says, is to hasten fuel supply chain logistics and operations. Synchronization of the customs process is expected to reduce the turnaround times for fuel trucks at Kenya Pipeline depots by half. Here's our reporter Wamboi Wangoi with the details.
The country's fuel supply chain is set for a major efficiency upgrade following the integration of the Kenya pipeline systems with the Kenya Revenue Authority's ICMS platform. The system, which went live on April 6th, is designed to speed up customs clearance and automate tax payments.
The objective was to ensure that there is full visibility of the process from both ends and even for the oil marketers, and in turn create, visibility, predictability and certainty on the flow of the cargo, and also not just for our local cargo, because remember, oil moves all the way to our partner states.
So this should be able to bring in efficiencies in the industry in terms of the speed of execution as well as elimination of the human intervention.
KPC has also completed a major infrastructure upgrade at its Port Reitz facility, rehabilitating 5 tanks to add 100 million litres of storage capacity. The tank farm has also been connected to the Kipevu Oil Terminal 2, Pump Station 14 in Mombasa, and the Mombasa to Nairobi pipeline. The move is expected to ease fuel offloading and reduce demurrage costs.
We'll also be able to see operational flexibility in the industry in terms of additional what you call ullage space within the pipeline, as well as the quick turnaround of the vessel. A vessel today takes between 3 to 5 days to discharge, and with the additional storage we should be able to see a reduction to probably go down by about 30-40%.
Speaking during an oil and gas forum, Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum, Opiyo Wandayi, has commended the development, saying this will be key in positioning Kenya as a regional energy hub.
Kenya Pipeline Company infrastructure is something that not only serves Kenya, but the entire region, extending to the Great Lakes and beyond. And in the coming years, we are seeing more and more of that infrastructure being utilized by more and more people and actors in the region.
Wamboi Wangoi, Citizen TV.
Boda riders in Kenya who own their motorcycles are earning more and saving significantly compared to those who rent. This is according to a new report by VIFA Consults, which finds that operators with asset-financed bikes take home an average of 1,100 shillings per day, while renters pay up to 300 shillings daily in higher charges, cutting deep into their long-term earnings. Dennis Otieno has the details.
For years, boda riders have powered Kenya's transport and delivery networks. But a new report by VIFA Consult, titled The New Boda Boom, Thriving Societies, Growing Economies and Powering Green Transition, reveals a shift in the sector, one that is seeing more riders move from renting to owning their motorcycles. Riders who own their bikes earn significantly more than those who rent. On average, asset-financed riders make 1,100 shillings a day, equivalent to 316,000 shillings annually, while renters typically pay 300 shillings daily, greatly reducing their take-home income.
The report highlights the importance of the non-financial players who support the boda ecosystem through affordable lending and of course supporting the sector in terms of allowing them to be able to own some of these bodas, as opposed to the culture or the trend that we've seen previously of bodas being used as rental.
The boda sector employs more than 2.5 million people and generates 660 billion shillings annually, contributing around 4.4% to Kenya's GDP. Ownership is helping riders not just earn more, but also invest in side businesses and hire other riders.
And of course, we can see the border sector also supporting other issues from a socioeconomic perspective. We've seen good cases of borders being used as, as part of security in some of these rural counties. We've seen borders also supporting, healthcare in terms of delivering sick people to hospitals.
The report also highlights the sector's alignment with environmental, social, and governance goals, especially through the growing use of electronic motorcycles, in spite of the current hurdles facing their adoption.
Of course, we don't have swapping stations across the country. And also another challenge we are having, and I know also government is checking on it, is electricity, because you know very well, electricity in some rural areas is a challenge. So those are challenges that if taken care of, automatically the EV motorcycles and motor vehicles would boom.
Despite the progress made in the industry, the report warns of key challenges that persist, such as high interest rates, costly insurance, and limited financial literacy. It calls for targeted policy reforms to build a safer, more inclusive, and sustainable boda ecosystem. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV.
Land prices in Nairobi suburbs are holding steady, but outside the city, a different story is playing out. Satellite towns are selling faster, or rather are seeing faster price appreciation as developers and buyers chase more affordable land. As Wangoi now tells us, new data from real estate advisory firm Has Consult shows that higher-end city suburbs are facing pressure, with rental prices dipping for the first time in 2 years.
Land prices in Nairobi's suburbs held steady in the first quarter of 2025, growing by 1.7%. Spring Valley led the gains at 3.7%, followed by Karen and Upper Hill, as 16 out of 18 suburbs posted positive movement. Analysts say developers are favoring land in low-density zones, where standalone homes are commanding stronger prices. In satellite towns, land value rose even faster at 2.4% as buyers chased more affordable options. The growth was led by Kiserian, Juja and Thika. On the rental front, asking prices went up by 0.3% overall. Satellite towns again led the way, with Ruiru, Ngong and Limuru recording rental gains above 4.9%. In contrast, Nairobi's suburbs posted a marginal decline in rental prices. The fall in asking prices revealed concerns about a fall in demand following the suspension of USAID funding and its affiliate projects in Kenya. The action continues to partly affect the target market for the higher-end rental segment. Wangoi, Citizen TV.
We'll be returning with the day's sports. Stay with Friday Night.